We are now going to manually create an order for this new user. And to do that, we can go to Orders, Add an Order. You could also go to the Manage Order page and click the blue button at the top of the page. So once this loads, we're now able to add an order. So the first thing is to look at our order as if it were a bunch of different line items. So we have to select which line items we want to add. In this case, we want to add a product. So we add a line item. And then it's going to ask us for the SKU. So if we start typing, it should pop up the various options. As you can see, we have a mug red or mug white. I'll go ahead and add a white mug. I'm going to add another product just to show. So as you can see, I have to select not only the shirt, but the size shows up as well. So let's say it's a medium red logo shirt. You can see there's the total. We can add in a shipping line item as well. And here it will pull in all the various shipping options. So let's go ahead and say they wanted rush shipping. You can see that adds as a line item as well.
One thing too, while we're typing in some information here, is you can override the unit prices if you want. Obviously they're set to the defaults, but in case you wanted to offer them a discount or as a product defect or something like that, you would be able to change that unit price above. And now we're entering again the billing and shipping information. And we're going to use this user we just created in the previous video, the Adam user. You could add a discount code there if you wanted. We're not going to.
And we'll just go ahead and click Save Order right now. And one thing you'll notice is this order is not actually attached to this user yet. So in order to actually get it to attach to the user, and we could have done this in the original step, but there's a user information section. We have to say who this order is owned by. So that is as simple as typing in their username or their, I believe it's just username, and then it should autocomplete and allow you to select the option. And now if we click Save Order, it'll actually tie it to this user's account. So if you go to their order history, you will see it within their account.
So now that the order has been created, the only thing that we haven't seen is we haven't seen actually payment yet on this. So we have an invoice amount for roughly, if we scroll up here, roughly $45 or so. So now what we need to do is we need to look at the payment. So if we click on the payment tab above, you'll see there's no payment's been added. So we want to add a payment. So we're just going to add our example payment here.
And because we can't really add someone else's PayPal account, the only payment option is example payment. If you used another payment option that allowed you to enter in credit cards directly on the website, such as Stripe or such as I think PayPal Pro would do this as well, you could actually enter in the card number and have it applied to the order. But in this case, we'll just use the example payment because that's the only one that we are given the option for. But just keep that in mind. If you're going to want to be manually adding orders, you're going to need to find a way to manually accept credit cards on your site through one of those other payment options. So once we add the manual payment, or the example payment here, it shows up, it gives you the result message. It shows that there's no order balance now. One other important thing we're going to look at is there's a Simulate Checkout Completion button here. And if we click that, then basically that's going to run all the various checkout rules, which the important one is sending out all of the emails. So in this case, Adam would get an email saying, here's your order email. So you can see it says the normal checkout completion process will be invoked on this order. This may involve order status updates and email notifications. So once we do that, you can see nothing looks like it really changed, but in the back end, the checkout completion rules have been run. So everything else still looks the same, and we can go through the order process just as we would. We can add our comments, we can change the order status, we can ship the order, and it would work just the same way as if someone completed the order on the front end of their site or of your site on their own, but instead we actually created it for them.